Hi, this is Lane 8492. This is the only true crime story video I'll be doing today. This one is out of the state of Arizona. This is the case of Arizona death row inmate Richard Kenneth Djerf. You see, Richard Kenneth Djerf was convicted of killing a family of four who were the family of his former coworker, Albert Beltran Luna Jr. You see, Albert Beltran Luna Jr. and Richard Kenneth Djerf were both night custodians at a Safeway supermarket in Phoenix, Arizona. Apparently, Richard Kenneth Djerf suspected Albert Beltran Luna Jr. of breaking into Djerf's home and into Richard Kenneth Djerf's home and stealing several items like a cassette player and an AK-47. Actually, it was at Richard Kenneth Djerf's apartment. And apparently nothing came of it from the police. So that's when Richard Kenneth Djerf decided to take revenge by taking matters into his own hands. And there, Richard Kenneth Djerf broke into Albert Beltran Luna Jr.'s home in Phoenix, Arizona. And there, Richard Kenneth Djerf ended up murdering four family members of Albert Beltran Luna Jr. Those four people were his dad, Albert Beltran Luna Sr., who was 42, Patricia Luna, Albert Beltran Luna Sr. was 47, his wife, Patricia Luna, who was 42, also their 17-year-old daughter, Rochelle Lynn Luna, who was 17 and who Richard Kenneth Djerf had sadly sexually assaulted, and 5-year-old Damien Javier Luna. Look, it's outrageous when people break it. It's infuriating when someone breaks into the home of someone and steals their stuff that they worked hard for, or even their apartment. But what Richard Kenneth Djerf did was not acceptable. That doesn't make it right to do. It didn't make it right for Richard Kenneth Djerf to just go into his former coworker's home and end up wasting four members of his family. And of course, he doused gasoline hoping to set the place on fire, but apparently that didn't succeed for Richard Kenneth Djerf. And he was the suspect by the Phoenix police. He was arrested, and as a result, Richard Kenneth Djerf confessed to everything to what he did. And of course, during his trial, Richard Kenneth Djerf decided to represent himself, which of course is never a wise thing for any person to do, facing life imprisonment or even the death penalty. My late maternal grandfather once told me this: a person who represents themselves is this. A person who acts as his own lawyer has a fool for a client. And of course, Richard Kenneth Djerf's execution is set for October 17th. This will be the second death sentence carried out in Arizona this year, after Governor Hobbs allowed executions to resume after studying to see if it's being properly applied or not. The prisoner they already executed this year in Arizona was Aaron Brian Gunches. Of course, I didn't do a true crime video on him. Aaron Brian Gunches was convicted of shooting his girlfriend's ex-husband, Ted Price. He pushed for his sentence to be carried out, and it was granted, and he was executed months ago in March of this year in Arizona, the first execution in that state in 3 years. And now the next one set for execution in Arizona will be a 55-year-old Richard Kenneth Djerf. And right now there are 25 prisoners on death row in Arizona out of over 100 they have, who have exhausted all of their appeals, and the Attorney General will be requesting execution dates within a matter of time for them. Just like now that the execution of Aaron Brian Gunches was carried out in March, and now they set one for Richard Kenneth Djerf on October 17th. Well, hope you enjoy this video and let me know what you think. Thanks.